Today's Tuesday. Yeah. It's the 19th of August 2025 and we're in Bangor for another little bit of our history. And the road we're in, we're actually in Upper Bangor, just past the Bellevue pub. And we're here because, well, we're just going to have a look at some student accommodation, but we're going to try and find a student accommodation where Anita actually stayed when we first came to university here. So we're looking back now to 1976. And in 1976, Anita and I just finished our A-levels and we were setting off to college. Anita to study music, and I went to study chemistry and oceanography. And the place we came to is Bangor in North Wales, and that's another reason for coming to Anglesey this year, because this is this is where we spent 4 years of our lives. And somewhere along here, you've got to remember this is now nearly 50 years ago. We're going to try and find out where
first lodgings,
where Anita used to stay. So when she applied, she didn't get into Hall of Residence initially, so she was put in with
Mrs. Breeze.
Mrs. Breeze.
Little old lady. Where was she from?
Holland. I thought she was Dutch. Belgian.
Belgian, maybe not.
Car coming. And we remember the address. We just don't quite remember exactly how far along it was.
You sure it is down this road?
Definitely along here. So what we're walking along is College Road, and we actually will in a moment see a little bit of the university. A lot of the accommodation along here is student accommodation, because the university is the big employer in Bangor. Bangor is a city, but it's a university city. I can't even see numbers on the doors. Somehow don't think we are.
I don't think it was down here.
No. Well, we'll just walk a little bit further, because here we've got some of the university buildings. It's one of these, yes, I remember it well, moments when we actually don't remember anything. Bangor has got some more modern-ish buildings here, but the old university building is quite spectacular, especially when you look at it from down below. But we're coming to it now. And what we have here is the old college. It's the quadrangle. And we'll have to walk down there, darling, because that's where we've got our graduation photographs.
Yes. I don't know where the music department was.
But that's Bangor Normal, the other side. Let's just have a little walk into the quadrangle. But this wasn't my department. This was all arts department, I think. I was in the chemistry department here, which was down below, and the.
But we belong in there with the archives.
Well, it was the libraries here, isn't it? Yeah. This has changed a lot. There's a sign. It says Bangor University. Actually, when we were here, it wasn't called Bangor University. It was called the University College of North Wales, Bangor. And when we did our graduation, I graduated in 79, Nita graduated in 80. We came out here into this quadrangle, which I think was all grass then.
Photo.
Yeah.
No.
The building here, if I remember, is where we graduated, and it's actually I did some of my finals. Terrifying times they were. Let's see if we can have a little sneak peek in. Looks like they're setting something up. Just a quick look inside there. Oh yes, they're setting it all up. Yeah, so that's the stage where we did our graduation, and the big organ there, and the star is still on the top of it.
You remember that?
Spins round. I'm just chatting to one of the lecturers there who's telling us that it's an ornithological conference on at the moment, and they're just setting up for lunch, so in the next half hour he says you'll get stampeded. Anyway, we'll just have a quick walk over and have a look on the other side of the road, because the other side of the road is Normal College, which is where Anita was based.
I do remember this building. This is a school, is it? Is this Normal College?
Yeah.
It's a school. This is a school, isn't it?
No. Lovely buildings. I think we're going to see more of it than we're seeing here. So this, Anita's college was split into two. This was the upper part, and then there was a lower part which was down near to the Menai Bridge. Well, that's been a bit tricky to find, and you can hardly read the sign, but that's Mountain View. And Anita stayed at number 4 Mountain View. Actually got it written on the side there. Mountain View. So during our first year, that's where Anita stayed, and I didn't have too far a walk, so my walk was back up to College Road and then walk to the end where we've got the Bellevue pub. I do actually remember going to a dentist along here to have one of my wisdom teeth removed.
Yes, we did go to the dentist.
The Bellevue pub is just at the end. So we're back at the Bellevue. Spent many an hour in there, drinking many a pint. But my accommodation was a little bit further down, and we got across the road. It's a busy road. This is the main A5 road that takes you to Holyhead. One thing about Wales and Bangor and this area is there's lots of churches and chapels. I think there probably were quite a few shops here. student type shops as well that sell student type fast food. Pretty much the first or second house on the left hand side. And that's the church that marks the place where we've got to turn. I remember walking Anita home one night and then coming back down here in the driving rain carrying an umbrella. Couldn't see where I was walking and I walked straight into a lamppost. When I got back to my room I was covered in blood. Really looked like a horror story. And this is the road I used to live along in my very first year, so 1976, 1977. Only here for 1 year in this particular accommodation.
Can't really go in, can you?
So we used to play tennis in the drive.
Water fights.
Water fights.
A whooshing.
A whooshing, it all comes back from there. Kitchen was the building, and the window to the far right. And ours was the bay window down there on the left.
We lived in now, just.
So when we lived here there was no Morrison's, that's now a big supermarket. And I think we may have gone down, there's a little road down there. Let's try that. We'll go down that way, cross over. I seem to remember it being very, very steep. See now if this is where I did walk down. I just remember going down a very steep hill and I wanted to go to my department, which apparently is not long there. It's been demolished. The chemistry building has gone. How sad is that?
Don't they do chemistry here anymore?
No, they don't. It's not as a pure subject. Chemistry, I think, now is taught within the departments that need it, so I guess the biology department must have some chemistry. Always looking for rooms to let when we were here, to find somewhere we could actually stay. Each year, after the first year, you're pretty much left to your own devices in order to find your own accommodation. So the first year we were in Mountain View and Halvery. In the second year Anita got into Hall of Residence and I went to live in Menai Bridge.
Just for stroke, so you remember your alarm came on and I said, oh no. Yeah.
And as I said, it is pretty steep here. So we'll make our way down. Still not at the bottom, and it's still very steep. What here we've got in front of us, these are the university buildings. They are still here. Oh, nearly at the bottom now. This is a new building, it wasn't here. That's an old building. Can't remember what any of them are. I do remember this archway here. I've got a photograph of you with, was it Craig?
Yeah.
I think. And we would go across, carry on there, and you'd end up in the main street of Bangor. None of that building behind was there, but the entrance and archway was definitely there. You need to go and stand in the archway, darling. I'll take a photograph of you. Well, we've just met up with Jenny, who used to live in Mallorca, and we've just been for a coffee with her and catching up on old times. And we used to know her and her family all those years ago when she used to live there. And she now lives and works in Bangor.
She lives in Anglesey, doesn't she?
She lives on Anglesey but works in Bangor. And this is the main street here in Bangor. And on the right, that used to be like a shopping arcade.
Used to be what?
Used to be like a shopping arcade there, where the Oxfam shop used to be. Still got charity shops here. We've already been into 2, and I've already bought a jacket.
Yes. I'm just going to have a look in here. Actually, get a sandwich from in Boots.
Boots, yeah, safer.
Do you want anything?
No. That's the Clio Lounge. That's where we had our coffee with Jenny. Just carry on walking up the high street. This looks like the shopping arcade, or a shopping arcade. It doesn't look like the one I remember, but a lot of things don't look like I remember them.
Did we use this Lloyd's bank?
We would have used it. It was our bank back in the day. Go and have a look.
Oh, look there, it says up there.
This is where you get the beautiful view of the arts building up on the hill there.
Such a lovely view, isn't it, of the university?
Have a look now in this arcade, which wasn't an indoor arcade that I remember, so may or may not be. So we've got some antiques here. Some old miners' lamps down there. Ooh, look at that. Batmobile. just going to carry on walking up the high street here. So we've come out of the arcade, and the arcade will join onto this a little bit further up. And while it's familiar, it's unfamiliar.
Brand new, the same price. Yeah.
Lots of phone shops here. Not every other shop seems to be a phone shop. Get connected. O2, MS Mobiles. It's the National Westminster Bank. I seem to remember there being an indoor market as well.
Yeah. There is one day when there actually is a market here, I think.
Yeah, I think Friday.
Is it?
Nice to see a hobby shop. Santander, bit of Spain. Looks like they're getting ready for Halloween. Looks like their planters need a little bit of TLC. Travel agents here. Any Majorca holidays is Barcelona. 4 nights in Barcelona for £285 on 23rd of February. Majorca, $4.99, half board, 29th of August. It's cheap enough, isn't it? And here's the CEX. They want to have a look at the cameras and things, but you don't tend to see as many cameras as you used to. We've got a few up there, look. Actually done quite a good job of covering the old buildings that are, or the buildings that are now derelict or closed. They've put some lovely pictures over them to make them look a little bit better, but still a lot of empty buildings. The phone shop. British Red Cross. This used to be the King's Arms pub, and I think that may be one that we used to go into. Coffee house now. Yes, sign of the times. And this is what makes Bangor a cathedral city. There's the cathedral with the arts building just popping over in the background. I always enjoy going for a look around a church or a cathedral, and that one certainly didn't disappoint. Lots of interesting things in there. Beautiful stained glass windows all the way through. Anyway, we're going to walk back up to the high street and then turn right. Don't think there's quite so much up there. We'll find out.
Has Adam sent you any details of the flight yet?
I don't know.
It's a nice photo, isn't it?
Penryn Castle. So, good day. Place is boarded up here though. A sad reminder of the times. It's a second-hand shop. The Albion Hotel, Carlsberg, £2.95 all day, Monday to Thursday. That sounds very, very cheap. I think one of these used to be the cinema. Maybe this one looks like a cinema. Maybe this one. Also looks like a cinema. Black Bull Inn, which is now a Wetherspoon.
We used to go to the cinema along here.
It's funny, I've just mentioned that. It was,
I think that used to be the cinema, that yellow building.
Yeah.
Too.
could well have been. Another magnificent chapel. And when we were at the looking at the slate demonstration, he was saying how important the chapels were when the strikes were on here in the slate lines. Now, luxury apartments. So this one's being converted, but a magnificent building it is. The Harp Inn. The harp being a great Welsh symbol. So we seem to have a church next to a church here, which is next to a Lidl, and the railway just up ahead. Well, Lidl certainly didn't exist when we were here. Just have a quick save though. I think that might have been at the other end of town. We're just going to head up now to the railway station and see if we can catch a train. I don't know how often they run. What we're trying to get is a local train that will take us closer to where we're staying. Well, we've just got some tickets at the railway station. £4.70 for both of us. And the train is due in 5 minutes or less on platform 2. So let's get over there. Platform 1, platform 2 would be the one at the end, wouldn't it?
Just in time.
Down the steps.
Is currently on site. Call at standby Pwllgwyngyll. Undergone, T. Cross, Trustney,
So we're the first stop.
and on the end. This service is operated by Transport for Wales.
And we come in, the train's coming in through a tunnel, and it'll go out through a tunnel. I don't ever remember going that way, but we used to go that way. And this is the station we used to use when we were coming to the university. I used to see Anita off when she was going to do a teaching practice. Well, we haven't got student rail cards now, we've got senior rail cards. £4.70 for the two of us. Yeah. We're only going one stop though. bridge. In the distance you can see the original road bridge. Beautiful 19th century suspension bridge.
Where's the other road?
Here we are. We've just got off the train. The train's going to go to Llanfairpwll, go get it. Oh, that's where we are. Llanfairpwll, go get it. When Robert Llanfairpwll, go. It actually tells you how to pronounce it there. Llanfairpwll, go get it. When Robert Llanfairpwll, go. I'm not sure I pronounce it right, but at least I have a go. Off to Holyhead. Another train coming in. And away it goes up towards Bangor. Transport for Wales. So this is the railway station with the longest name. And a very, very short platform. Look at the length. The length of this platform here is only long enough for one carriage.
Long enough for the name.
So when you
You go to Llandudno Junction and Chester from here,
how do you get out here?
you know.
Sorry?
Chester from here.
Yeah. Ah, there's the gate. And it's a bit squeaky too. Actually, this little village just lives on the name now. And so this Llanfairpwll, go get it, when Robert Llanfairpwll, go. Actually translates to the Church of Mary in the Hollow of the White Hazel near the fierce whirlpool and the Church of Deiniol by the Red Cave. So that's what it means. That's where it gets its name from. And now it's got its own little shopping centre here. It's actually Pringles Weavers. Well, Anita says she's found a shop she loves.
Another one.
All the bargains are not bargains that she wants to buy. Good news is they've got coffee. It's not really that big, it's just... Cheers everyone. And well, we'll call it a day here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.
By Menai Strait, where the mountains stand, Saint Deiniol built with his faithful hand a church of stone where the seagulls call, and Bangor rose from the chapel wall. Sing Bangor, sing, where the waters flow, by the strait and the slate and the hills we know. Through storm and tide, still your voices ring. Bangor, oh Bangor, forever we sing. The raiders came with the sword and flame, but still the bells of Bangor rang the same. From fisher's net to the quarry ground, the strength of the people was ever found. Sing Bangor, sing, where the waters flow, by the strait and the slate and the hills we know. Through storm and tide, still your voices ring. Bangor, oh Bangor, forever we sing. Then Telford's bridge with his chains of steel, bound Anglesey close with a binding wheel, and learning's light through the college shone, a beacon bright for the years to come. Sing Bangor, sing, where the waters flow, by the strait and the slate, and the hills we know. Through storm and tide, still your voices ring. Bangor, oh Bangor, forever we sing.
Oh, come ye folk and gather near, a tale of man is past to hear, where Menai's waters cold and wide have kissed the mountains side by side. Long centuries past and ages old, St. Deiniol built with heart so bold, a monastery by the shore, to guard the faith forevermore. Through storms of Dane and Saxon rain, the holy stones in ruin lay, yet still the bells of Bangor toll, to call the faithful to the fold. The city grew by sea and trade, where fishermen their living made, and quarrymen with slate and stone raised roofs for kingdoms not their own. The Menai Bridge with iron might, by Telford's hand was brought to light, and ships that once did fear the tide, now crossed with ease from side to side. Long centuries past and ages old, St. Deiniol built with heart so bold, a monastery by the shore, to guard the faith forevermore. Through storms of Dane and Saxon raid, the holy stones in ruin lay, yet still the bells of Bangor toll, to guard the faithful to the fold. Through storms of Dane and Saxon raid, the holy stones in ruin lay, yet still the bells of Bangor toll, to call the faithful to the fold, to the fold. The city grew by sea and trade, where fishermen their living made, and quarrymen with slate and stone raised roofs for kingdoms not their own. Through storms of Dane and Saxon raid, the holy stones in ruin lay, yet still the bells of Bangor toll, to call the faithful to the fold. The city grew by sea and trade, where fishermen their living made, where fishermen their living made, and quarrymen with slate and stone raised roofs for kingdoms not their own. The Menai Bridge with iron might, by Telford's hand was brought to light, and ships that once did fear the tide, now crossed with ease from side to side. The cottage rose, its learning spread, with wisdom's crown upon its head, and Bangor's name, both near and far, shone bright beneath the scholar's star. Yet still the mountains guard the land, Snowdonia's peak so stern and grand, and the Menai Strait flows ever free, a song of stone, of faith, of sea. So lift your voice, let praises ring, of Bangor fair, the city's king. For in her past and in her song, her people's hearts have stood so strong.
By Menai Strait where the mountains stand, St. Deiniol built with his faithful hand, a church of stone where the seagulls call, and Bangor rose from the chapel wall. Sing Bangor, sing where the waters flow, by the strait and the slate and the hills we know. Through storm and time, still your voices ring. Bangor, oh Bangor, forever we sing. The raiders came with the sword and flame, but still the bells of Bangor rang the same. From fisher's net to the quarry ground, the strength of the people was ever we sing. Sing Bangor, sing where the waters flow, by the strait and the slate and the hills we know. Through storm and time, still your voices ring. Bangor, oh Bangor, forever we sing. Then Telford's bridge with its chains of steel bound Anglesey close with a binding wheel, and learning's light through the college shone, a beacon bright for the years to come. Sing Bangor, sing where the waters flow, by the strait and the slate and the hills we know. Through storm and time, still your voices ring. Bangor, oh Bangor, forever we sing. Then Telford's bridge with its chains of steel bound Anglesey close with a binding wheel, and learning's light through the college shone, a beacon bright for the years to come. Sing Bangor, sing where the waters flow, by the strait and the slate and the hills we know.